Welcome. You are now listening to Click Click Play. Please enjoy.
Fight!
Hello! Welcome to Click Click Play episode 70 in Spanish. How are you all?
I cannot believe I missed episode 69.
Jesus Christ,
And
you're
I
so
didn't even listen to
loud.
it.
Oh my God,
Oh,
let me
am
turn
I?
you.
Am
Yeah.
I? Oh, okay. 69! Yeah! I was
Christ.
actually just screaming.
My word. Yeah, you missed 69. Although I was-
I'm sure it was hilarious.
Oh, like when you turned your cam on just then, I had the flashbacks of 69 just then. Yeah, you all missed that, guys. Jordan wasn't in the chat then.
Oh, that was just for you, Ben. I
Oh.
knew you were watching me.
Thank you.
I got naked in front of my camera, everybody.
I had to finish myself off.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway, welcome to Click Click Play episode 67, 9, 10, 70, 60, 10. I'm
70.
BiggusBennus. I'm still not able to introduce this podcast in any professional way, but who cares? It's not professional. We don't make money from it. That's when it's professional. So
No, damn, don't make any money.
I
Ow! But
Jesus, let me turn you down. You're so loud. Jordan, can you say something? Because it might be just
Holla!
okay. Yeah,
No,
you're,
we're
all,
both
you're
loud.
both really loud. Let
yeah,
me-
everybody! Welcome to the Click Click Play
Christ.
podcast.
Click, play!
Oh, that's better. Say something now.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jose,
Oh,
and
that's
we don't
better.
test this beforehand.
Oh no.
We definitely should, but
Not
you know,
professional.
whatever.
Yeah, but this is Jose/Andre/ I'm a Make Movies.
Hey,
Slash
everybody.
Priscilla.
I haven't been on in the past 8 months. It feels like, but I am
Yeah.
a regular member usually. Flighty took my place for a bit.
Yeah, like never seen you both on. Have you ever both been on at the same time?
One
Ah.
time, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said that she couldn't do it today because she's tied up, and I said, "Oh," and she just
Ooh.
went. She replied with, "Uh-huh." So yeah, whatever you're thinking it is, it probably is.
Sex stuff.
Sex stuff, probably. And speaking of sex stuff, joining us all the way from Cardiff, boyo. It's Jordan Reed. You're not from Cardiff, actually. No, you're from the valleys in the Rhondda.
Hiya, Bet, okay?
All right, but how's it going? All right.
Alright, yeah, I'm okay, like, I'm just down the Barry Islands, isn't it?
How have you been, Jordan?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm home alone. It's been amazing. I've just been streaming and chilling all the time. It's amazing.
How was Davy Boy?
Wheels. I've been
Oh,
Blaenavon.
Ooh.
Bit of a creepy area up there.
what's he doing there?
Seeing parents.
Is he Welsh?
Yeah. Do you not know?
No.
I know. We've all had a bit of Welsh in us. All right. And what have you been doing? You, Andre, you went to California, didn't you not?
I went to California like 3 times since I last been on this podcast, and like every weekend where I go to California, you guys decide to throw this podcast, and I'm never around. But yeah, I was in California for a bit, just visiting friends and seeing stuffs. And it's always a good time over there. And
Oh.
weed is legal, and I did mushrooms, so that's a thing.
Are
Moving
mushrooms,
on.
are mushrooms legal over there as well?
Oh, I'm pretty sure they're not.
yeah, I'm pretty
you
sure
know
that
what?
was.
I'm in New York now, so you can't arrest me, California Police
No?
Department.
I thought it was
think
just
they
one
can, right?
country. I don't know. Oh, you have like
Yeah.
federal police and that.
They're not gonna do anything.
I'm gonna swat you.
Swap me, everybody. My address is. Never mind.
So what's the difference between California and New York? What's the biggest difference apart from you can smoke weed over there?
California blows. I fucking hate it.
Oh.
I think it's like
So you go there all the
Yeah.
time.
everything is so spread apart, and like if you want to do something fun, you have to drive for like an hour. In New York, you just like kind of fall asleep on a train and wake up there. New York has more art. California is very about like the business of it all. I'm not a fan of that.
Mm.
Business.
It's all about them business, and I'm more about the doing art for free and shit and wasting my time and efforts here.
They're the opposite of Manny then.
They're, My brother would love California.
Yeah.
He would hate New York. He'd be like, New York is full of fucking liberal pieces of shit. Blah, 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 blah.
Unlike California.
Unlike California, which is full of liberal pieces of shit as well. And you know what? I'm starting to think America's not that great. You know, it's weird.
Oh, welcome to the dark side here.
Welcome to the rest of the world.
Oh, I'm sure it is nice. Baltimore is in. He was near somewhere in the chat. Baltimore's been near the some rallies. Apparently, you've got some more white nationalist rallies.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there's a bunch of those here. I was
Yeah,
about to say Baltimore. Baltimore would probably be. Where's Baltimore at?
I think it's
Is it
near
Chicago?
Washington,
I'm so fucking
Maryland.
stupid.
Even I know it's Maryland. Jesus.
Hey
Baltimore,
man, I hate
Maryland.
America, right? You love America for some reason.
I know. I just watched the wrestling. That's why I know all the cities. Like fly from Baltimore, Maryland, and all whatever.
Miami, Florida.
Boston, Tennessee, and all that.
Boston, Tennessee.
I don't know.
Yes. Okay, now I don't feel as stupid.
Baltimore says Liz 30 minutes walk. Yeah, because they're doing the march in Washington. I saw the picture of the people on that white nationalist march. How can they think they're the superior race? Have you seen them? Jesus. They've all got like 6 fingers on each hand and QAnon. Oh, fucking brain dead. All right. Oh no. Did you pick up
I
the
have a
harmonica?
harmonica. I
Of
also
course
got
you
a
did.
harmonica. Here, this is Piano Man by Billy Joel. But, whoops.
Ooh.
Wrong way. Okay, done. That's
Wow.
the harmonica segment of every episode.
It's
Next week, watch me do Mary Had a Little Lamb.
amazing. Well, Billy can't top Billy Joel. Yeah, so I've just been chilling and I've been playing lots and lots of the same game, really. Should we go into the games? Oh no, I watched a
Wait,
movie.
You saw a movie? Yeah, what
I
movie
did.
you see?
I saw Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Oh my god, man! Why do you waste so much of our time?
And the Chamber of
Jesus
Secrets as
Christ.
well. I watched the Chamber of
Thank God.
well, I wanted to get the worst 2 out of the way. The first one's not too bad. The second one, I don't like. But I'm
Third one's my favorite.
I'm looking forward to watching the rest this week, and I'll fill you in on how they are.
I saw Sorry to Bother You, which is an incredible movie. Highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear your movie pass is getting like downgraded all the time every week.
You know what? I'm still. It is. It's getting worse and worse every fucking month, and I'm still taking advantage of it now.
Now they're like, did they say like, oh, you can only watch 2 movies a week? And it's like, oh, but you've got to choose from these 3 movies now. And
Yeah, it's definitely like that. It's like I think it's down to 3 movies a month at this point.
whoa, but
And
it's
I'm
like,
oh man,
how much does it cost you?
I paid $6 a month.
Yeah, like
for a year.
the UK's got something similar that's more than double, I think. The Cineworld pass is like £15. That's must be like $20, and like
Yeah.
that's that's been going on for years and years, and it seems just like $6 a month. Why don't they triple the price? Because people would still
They
buy it, I'm
raised it-
sure.
Yeah, I would still fucking buy it. They raised it to $14 or $19, I think.
Yeah.
Which I would still get my money's worth because I go to the movie theaters every fucking day. But yeah. Oh, I saw Kingsman. Speaking of dumb British people I'm speaking to.
Yeah,
Kingsman 2 was a great. It was kind of shitty. It wasn't as good as the first one, but
I like the first
my
one.
god, I still enjoyed the shit out of it. I thought it was so much fun.
What do you think? Possible Idris Elba as James Bond?
I love it, but I want to see one more with what's his name?
I think Daniel
I want,
Craig's he's in the next one, isn't he? I'm pretty sure.
I think he is. But like if that's the last one, I'd be fine with it. Like I want Daniel Craig to end his James Bond series. I want him to die. Honestly, I want James Bond to die at the end of this one. Like Wolverine or whatever.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, I guess.
Reincarnate like the Doctor.
Yeah.
Come back as a
Something like that.
woman. Oh, now that'd be good. Jamie
Oh,
Bond.
That's why I go watch Ocean's 8 or the Ghostbusters again.
I thought Ocean's 8 was
Moving
good.
on. I didn't see it. I really want to though.
I saw Leslie Jones on TV earlier on today. Funny lady.
She's like, oh god, no, she isn't.
Oh, sorry.
Can we stop pretending that Leslie Jones is funny? She has never been funny. She is the who's a what's the word for it? She's shitty. Moving on. She's Melissa McCarthy. She
Oh,
reminds me of
she's great
Melissa
as
McCarthy.
well.
Like she shouldn't have her own movie ever. Neither of them.
What was that
They're
Melissa
both
McCarthy? I watched a Melissa McCarthy movie that was really funny. I can't remember what it was.
Bridesmaids.
No, I didn't like that one.
Bridesmaids was like the only good movie she's been in. Anytime
Ah.
she like holds the role as like lead, I hate the movie.
I think it was one with some kind of ID fraud.
Oh, that one was the worst. That was with Jason Bateman.
I think I don't know the
Uh,
people's names, but it was hilarious.
It was so fucking bad. She plays this fucking. It was her name. Tammy was
Yeah.
the name of it. I think.
Was it? Oh, right. Yeah, Dave loves that. He always watches it. Makes me watch
Oh,
it.
God. What do you mean he always watches?
It's watched it like 3 or
Watches it
4
more than-
times now.
God damn it.
It's great.
Well,
Oh, it's not.
it's not.
I think my favorite actress though is that like comedian actress is that one from Parks and Recreation. Parks and Rec,
What's her name?
the blonde girl.
Yeah, she was. What's her name? Fuck.
She's great though.
I love her. She
You
was
see-
married to what's his name for a bit.
Did you see her running around New York, making people sing Christmas carols?
I don't watch anything on YouTube anymore, man.
Oh, she is. Oh, she's. What the hell? I hear traffic.
I
Anyone
don't
else?
hear any of that.
Can you hear that, Jordan?
I can't hear any.
I just moved.
Yeah, I could.
But she's no, she ran around New York demanding people sing Christmas carols, and then she ran up, and like with this really like hysterical camp guy, and they were about to ask a Hasidic Jew. They're like, no, move away from him, move away from him. And that is pretty offensive, but it's a really funny thing. But no, yeah, people in the chat still don't know. Manny is in the chat. Hey, Manny.
Uh-oh.
Manny wrote a really nice message on his Instagram. I read.
I did. My parents just became American citizens, everybody. So now they can feel marginalized just like everybody else.
Now then when somebody shouts abuse, they can be like, ah, look at this. Fuck you. Yeah. What is the American dream? Jordan, what would you say the American dream is?
Oh,
I was a
God.
wrestler predominantly in the 70s and 80s.
The American dream. Is that not the... Oh, no, it's the Velveteen Dream is the new one, isn't it? He's cool.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
I miss you guys.
Jordan, what have you been doing then?
Playing video games, Ben.
You not been watching any movies?
I don't think I've seen anything that recently. I'm considering whether I should go see The Meg, but then the reviews are really middling. Probably doesn't cover it. They're pretty actually fucking negative. But I like big sea monsters and shit.
What's
And
the
I like
Meg?
Deep Blue Sea. Not many people like that, so I'm thinking maybe I like the film more than other people. But then also Jason Statham's in it, and do I really want to see that dickhead? For 2 hours?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Just
I
watch
wanna see
Crank.
Jason Statham. I love Crank.
Crank's hilarious.
I
Yeah.
made my girlfriend watch Crank 1 and 2 at this like one after the other, and it was the best experience ever. They're great movies.
Apparently, the American dream is to be happy and also not worry about communism. I got no problem about that then.
Seems like you guys worry about communism quite a bit. So
Yeah.
it's
For an incredibly
almost every day.
capitalist society, it's yeah, don't worry about that. Okay, well, let's go into... Oh, we've got the games intro now. Are you ready for this? We have a games intro now. All right.
Time to play the game. It's all about the game and how you play it. All about control. And if you can take it, it's all about your debt. And if you can play it, it's all about pay. And who's gonna make it?
What games are you playing, you bastards? Yeah. What games have we all been playing, you bastards? Yeah.
Ooh, how about that intro, everybody?
That was
I made it
beautiful.
30 minutes.
Beautiful. Wow, that was impressive for 30 minutes. I like the little stutter at the beginning as well. It's really good. John and I seem to have shared a couple of games. Do you want me to give you the Destiny update?
not really, but go on.
Fortnightly Destiny update. Solstice event came out, which is like their 1 year anniversary, where you could grind for days, literally, and to get
They
the...
let you grind in that game?
Oh, yeah. I
They're
was-
letting. Oh my god.
I
That's so
know.
charitable.
No, they to be honest, before this,
Thank you, Bungie.
they've been
Thank you,
stopping people grinding. They've been like stopping people. They've had like some kind of cap. But here they've been like, hey, you can go and earn this. You get this green armor that's like broken, and then you have to do all these different tasks to get the blue armor. And then the blue armor, you do all these tasks to get the purple armor. And I did that on all my 3 characters. Probably put in about 50, 60 hours of Destiny in the last week. And I'm kind of don't fancy playing Destiny for a little while.
No shit.
I have burnt out so much on Destiny. I think I'm going to do the raid tomorrow. I mean, the raid's different to just kind of wandering around doing random bits, but yeah, I'm looking forward to Forsaken when that comes out at the end of the month. I'm still going to be playing it, but there are other games that I'm playing right now. Yeah, I'm totally drained of Destiny. And then all the
so is the rest of the world.
All the armor that I don't know. They've released some gameplay stuff that they're changing, and they're changing a lot of it back to what it was in Destiny 1, which is what people have been asking for.
Oh, what a shit show.
I don't know. It's still a very popular game.
I think it's probably just the way that you sell it, Ben.
I'm not good at selling it.
If I knew nothing of Destiny and just based on what you just told me,
I'm used to
like
being
one of the positive bullet points is that they've changed it back to Destiny 1.
Yeah.
Another one was that they're letting you grind. They stop you from grinding. Another letting you grind again. Another one was that you got some green armor that was broken, and then you got some blue armor.
But the green armor is supposed to be the stuff that was when the tower fell at the beginning of Destiny. It's like that armor again, but then you turn it into this blue armor, which is like pure and very white, and then you upgrade it to a stronger purple armor. There's a story behind it. Yeah. Thank you very much, Baltimore, by the way, gifting a sub to Manny GPT. Now Manny looks like he financially supports the channel, which is great.
Woohoo!
Who's the cutie in the...
When do we get paid? When do we get paid? Me and Jordan.
When we make a profit. I still pay shitloads a month for this. Manny... Oh, I see. Astral Fairy says, who's the cutie in the blue shirt? Well, John's in grey, Andre's in stripes, and I'm in black. So, I don't know. Are you looking out your window or the screen? I'm not sure. Yeah, so that's the Destiny update. I don't know if there'll be an update in 2 weeks, but we'll see. All right, well, let's get Andre. What games have you been playing?
My God, it's been a while, guys. I'm just gonna run down every game I played this entire.
Wait, so let me get some water.
Yeah, do that. I finally beat Final Fantasy 15, which I fucking loved it. I thought that game was fucking incredible. Took me forever. It was the first JRPG, 3D JRPG I've ever beaten, I guess. Final Fantasy wise, I've never played any of the other 3D Final Fantasy games besides 7. I never beat it. Anyways, great game. Enjoyed it. What else? What else did I put down here? I beat Bayonetta 1. I had to grind through that. Bayonetta 1 sucked. Not a huge fan of Bayonetta 1. But then I started playing Bayonetta 2. And I love Bayonetta 2. Bayonetta 2 improves on everything that all my complaints I had for Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2 addresses and fucking does a great job. I
played the first level of Bayonetta 2 maybe last week just to kind of check it out on the Switch. Mm-hmm. That fucking intro is insane when I guess they're in Manhattan and they're just doing a bit of shopping, and then for some reason like planes start attacking and there's fucking massive monsters everywhere, and you fight on the back of a monster.
It's so great. I fucking love that intro. and that like pace stays throughout most. I'm like halfway done with it, and it's just an incredible game. I beat, what else did I beat? I beat Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. I enjoyed it. I get what it was. I wish it was an hour shorter. I would have probably enjoyed it more. Less puzzles. The puzzles were very easy, super repetitive. The game was basically repetitive, but it was like it was a very beautiful game to look at and a cool story to hear. It talks about psychosis and all that shit, and I thought that was interesting. I like when video games try to talk about stuff like that, and that game did a relatively good job. I played Death Squared, which is a free game on Xbox Live this month, and it's fine. It's a puzzle game. I really enjoy it. I think it's funny. I think a lot of the jokes don't land for me, but I'm sure they land for an audience that probably watched Jumanji and loved it.
No, I didn't like it as much. Preferred Tammy.
God. The two pinnacles of fucking filmmaking, Jumanji,
But-
and
Just going back to when you
Anime.
said Bayonetta, you know that the new Spyro's coming out and it's only Spyro 1 on the disc, and then you download 2 and 3. What?
Really?
Apparently that's caused an uproar. I've seen that on Reddit, on Twitter, and people have been moaning. Like every time it gets advertised, people are like, why don't you put all the games on the disc? But where was the controversy when Bayonetta did it with Bayonetta 1 and 2?
I mean, they put Bayonetta 2 on the disc and Bayonetta 1 as a download. And there was, I mean, I don't think there was that much because they didn't really remaster it. They just like re-released it almost.
I guess it's the Switch as well, so it's got like
Yeah.
limited capacity. in terms
And
of
plus,
the,
Spyro fucking
cartridge.
sucks, and the people who play Spyro are dumb.
And they're just
But,
looking to
you know,
moan. It's the latest
Do what?
Twitter, it's the latest Twitter hate mob. Oh, we must hate this.
Outrage.
I'm outraged because this game I have to download. If I like the first one so much, and if I want to play the second and third, I'm gonna have to download it.
But what about people without the internet?
About people in
It's almost like
They don't
America.
exist.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like people who play video games complain a little bit too much about
Mm.
fucking everything.
Oh, we've got that coming up later.
Oh, I can't wait to complain about stuff.
We're going to be complaining about people complaining about people.
But yeah, other than that, what else did I play? I started playing what's it called? Hollow Knight. Really like the art style, fun. I didn't get that much into it because I'm trying to beat Bayonetta now. And then I start Nier Automata. So I'm just going through my games. Like I'm trying not to play any new games yet. I bought Octopath Traveler. I haven't even installed it yet. I'm like,
Yeah, I haven't got really into it yet. I've just played like an extra hour on top of what I played. In fact, I played 3 hours of the demo when it came out, and then just 1 hour of the whole game when I bought it.
yeah.
Kind of a waste of money right now.
Yeah, I sold a couple games to get it, and I just re-downloaded Metal Gear Solid 5 for the 5th time,
Hot.
and I can't wait to just probably put a couple of hours into that for funsies. And other than that, I think that is the way the cookie crumbles. That's it. That's all I've played. Now you guys can. Wait, but Ben, Final Fantasy 15, you liked it, right? You enjoyed it?
I did enjoy it, yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. Like I thought that was like the
Mm.
most into like it's so streamlined. Like if you want it
Yeah.
to be a confusing ass game, you can do that. But if you just want to streamline it, you can, which I enjoy. So like every now and then
Mm.
I'd go out and do hunts, and every time I just like was tired of that, I just do a story mission or two.
I've come
Yeah, I
up
just-
with a new recipe.
Yeah, exactly. You hear that a lot.
That
But,
bugs me.
Yeah, they updated the game a lot.
Mm.
And if you haven't played it, I feel like now is the perfect time to play it since it's now a finished game. And I don't
Yeah.
think it was when it came out.
And there's good end game and stuff. I remember there's like I went to fight a monster that was this limited time event, and I went to fight him, and the monster was like level 60. I thought, pretty sure I finished the game on like level 42. So yeah, that's something to come out after. But yeah, there's like hidden enemies and things that you don't find in the game until at the end. And I just
yeah,
love the
I got-
world. The world's beautiful.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful world to drive around. And I saw one
Yeah.
of the enemies, like I looked up toughest enemy because I just wanted to see what that would be like.
Mm.
And there's a giant mountain you fight. You fight a mountain in it. Like it's like the last hunt you do. And
You
it's
fight
just
a
this-
mountain. Okay,
It's a literal mountain. Look it up. It's fucking insane.
that's Final
It's a giant
Fantasy.
Tortoise thing.
Yeah, it's a tortoise with like a mountain on its back, and you can like only hit its arm. It's like a like you're just hitting an arm for like an
Oh.
hour.
That sounds
It-
fun.
It looks crazy. Look, I really recommend looking it up. It's fucking nuts. But yeah, that's it. That's all I've played. Everybody.
It's a good game. I hope then, yeah, I don't know. I'd like them to have like Final Fantasy 14 is a brilliant MMO game, but it'd be really cool if it had interesting battle mechanics like Final Fantasy 15. I think I'd play that a lot. I'm into kind of action MMOs.
Yeah, I really like the combat system in this. Like I thought that was like,
Mm.
like if it was a turn-based game, I don't think I would have made it as far as I did.
You can be playing that like when I first played it because I played it on PS4 and like even by the end of the game I didn't really know what I was doing in the combat, but it still looked good. It still looked awesome
Yeah.
when you were fighting, even if you had no idea what you were doing and you're probably pressing all the wrong combos and stuff like that. But it still looked really cool. I just wish that I missed the
enjoyed it.
Final Fantasy games that are like 100 hours. If that game was 100 hours, I would have not played the game for months.
I think I beat it in I think 50 hours in total.
Oh, you got quite a bit in. I think I did in like 30.
Yeah, like I played a lot of like the side content. I try to do every mission,
Mm.
even when they were like super repetitive at times. I was just like, but I enjoy this world and driving around. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love that game. I think it's one of my favorite JRPGs, but it's like an Americanized JRPG, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Have you played the DLC?
I mean, I had the full edition where you play as the other characters and stuff. Yeah, I played some of those. Those are
Yeah.
fine. They're just like fun little side quests and stuff.
Add a bit of extra to the story, I think.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story, and again, like it's the best looking game I think I've played so far.
Mm.
Just like visually stunning.
Oh, yeah.
You're like driving and like I can just take a picture of this and have it as my background, and it would be great.
Right until Red Dead comes out.
Oh, man,
boy.
let's talk about Red Dead later.
Yeah, that's
wait.
definitely coming up. Jordan, what have you been playing? Because we've been playing similar games, weirdly enough.
Yeah, so I guess I'll start with one of the games you haven't played as far as I'm aware, which is
Good.
Chasm.
Oh, yeah.
So I played Chasm on the PS4. Seems like there's just an absolute fucking shitload of Metroidvania type games that are coming out at the moment. There's Hollow Knight, Dead Cells, Chasm. There's one coming out this week, I noticed on Tuesday, I think Death's Gambit it's called. I don't know if that's a Metroidvania, actually. I think that's more of just like an action RPG, 2D action RPG. But it just seems like there's a lot of quite deep 2D action games coming out at the moment. Chasm's really good. It's kind of published and marketed by the same guy that did... Oh, I'm blanking on the name. What is it? The other one that was really fucking... It was like a tribute to Super Metroid. Andre, you'll know.
Darkest Dungeon.
Axiom Verge.
Axiom Verge, yeah. So if you think about if Axiom Verge was like this tribute to Super Metroid, Chasm is very much a tribute to Symphony of the Night, which is kind of generally known as the best Castlevania game. It's the PS1 game. You kind of have a large map, which certain elements you'll be blocked off from because you haven't got the right ability, etc. And as you go through the story, you'll unlock different abilities, which will then let you kind of widen the scope of the map and get to different places, and fight bosses, get new abilities, level up your character. All the leveling up stuff is persistent, which I've been trying to get into Dead Cells as well. I finished Chasm just before it came out, and I'm really struggling with Dead Cells because the upgrade stuff, some of it is persistent, but a lot of it isn't. Like you unlock weapons, but every time that you start a run, you have to start with the same basic sword and bow. Whereas in Chasm, you're just constantly getting that drip feed of getting stronger, and you get a better sword, and or you'll get a whip, or you'll get a piece of armor. Or double jump. Like I got a double jump 10 hours into that game, and it felt fucking amazing because you're kind of struggling to get around, and then suddenly you can just move way quicker. It reviewed pretty soft. I think it came in at like a 70% on Metacritic, but I really enjoyed it. But like I said, I think anybody that's played Symphony of the Night, if you like that game, you're going to love this. If you didn't like that game, there's no point in playing it. It is very much one of those. And as much as I'm struggling with Dead Cells and I put down Hollow Knight, it'd be difficult to argue that this is a better game because it isn't. I think it just appeals to me more. It's more my type of game. People are going crazy about Hollow Knight. They absolutely fucking love it, but I just can't.
No, me neither.
I did the first boss, and I'm like, I just can't do that. It's something really dowdy about the tone. Maybe it changes as you go through. And I was reading on Twitter, like some people were talking about like a late level boss, and the stuff they were talking about did sound quite interesting. Like there was different abilities they'd picked up, because I thought the combat felt a little basic. But maybe I'll give that game another go in the future, and I definitely need to put more time into Dead Cells because I think it is a game that I'm going to love. But for now, I've uninstalled it because I think it's the proximity of very similar games in Chasm and Dead Cells is just I can't do it at the moment. I'll have to come back to it at a later point. Have you played much of Dead Cells this week?
I played Dead Cells. I played an hour of Dead Cells before the podcast. Because obviously there's controversy about the review and stuff. And then I watched the IGN, like their second review of it. Yeah. And watched it and was like, holy crap, this game looks really good. Even though it's not the type of game I would go for, but I thought I'd play it. And I just like, yeah, whatever. I'll play it and see what it's like. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I get what you mean as well. Like some of these things that you lose, you're like, oh shit, I've lost all these cells and things. But you do get some
fine. So like that's kind of basic Dark Souls stuff where you're picking up a currency as you play, and then
But you don't.
kind of
You can't go and pick them back
get to
up.
the safe areas and you can spend them. It's the weapon stuff for me. It's like I don't always want to start with that same sword, so I don't know whether that changes as you go along. But it is a different.
How much have you played?
Sorry.
How much have you played?
5 hours, something like that. And
Okay.
I played it previously on early access and stuff, so I've got a good kind of handle of the game.
Because when you go to the area of the Condemned, or it's called Promenade of the Condemned or whatever, you upgrade it? You spend your cells on like upgrades or getting things better. So those things that you like buy with the blueprint and stuff, what does that do? Does that just give you that when you go back?
It depends what you buy. So some of them are literally called persistent upgrades. So I think the big one is getting extra health spells. I think you maximize at 3. And the whole point of this game, you're always going to start when you die. You'll start right from the start of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you'll be slightly stronger, and you'll know a bit more about how the kind of game progresses and how to defeat bosses and stuff. But ultimately, it's all about getting that final run where you make it all the way through the game. Okay. So having obviously extra health is going to help with that thing. So I think that's a major upgrade that you probably want to concentrate on. But a lot of it then is like, I've got a blueprint for this sword, and you unlock that sword. And kind of when you're in that safe area, you've got that really cool image of all the glass like vases.
Yeah,
which
at the beginning.
items fill up in.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So that's like a visual representation of how many items you've unlocked in the game. But it's not unlocked in the traditional sense of, I can now spec out my guy ready for my next run. So I want that sword and this shield and this magic. It's a case of if you've unlocked an ice sword, for example, there's that can then become a drop within the game.
Oh right, okay.
So you'll defeat an enemy, potentially they will drop that sword. So obviously, the more stuff that you unlock, the greater momentum you'll have as you run through the game, because you'll be getting better kind of unlocks. And this is very much a personal thing. That's not really how I like to play these games. I like to get that kind of consistent upgrade feeling, I guess, and start making myself really stronger. I don't want it, and I don't want to kind of be like, oh, I hope I get that sword in this run. But it's there's good sides to it. Like pretty much everybody that's reviewed it has mentioned how like it encourages you to experiment with the way you approach the game. And I can totally see that, because every time it starts you off with the same weapon, obviously it's kind of random then in terms of what you pick up in the field. So you'll have to just use what you find, which is cool. It's just a different approach. And like I said, it's the proximity of that to Chasm. I had such a good experience with Chasm, and it was kind of comfort food for me. And now Dead Cells just isn't playing ball. But it's clearly a fucking awesome game in its own right. There's something about the movement I'm not quite signed on to with it.
Yeah, the jump and the dodge feels different.
Would you move forwards, which I think is really weird. I've
never
seen that in a game like this.
And you can only swing your axe in the forward direction as well.
What axe?
Not axe. You do have an axe at one point. I have one. But a sword. Like you can't aim your sword.
Yeah, and like, have you noticed that kind of slight movement you get? Like typically in a game, you would either stay still or maybe move backwards, but you kind of move forwards with it.
No.
For me, the movement just doesn't feel great. And the interactions I have with other characters just don't feel that crisp and don't feel that tight. It feels a little button mashy. If you notice if you run into a character, that doesn't hurt you. It's only if they hit you, which is cool. I like that. But it kind of makes the combat feel a little mushy for me. Whereas in something like Symphony or like Chasm, it's a case of you just don't touch the enemies, and that then ties into the platforming element where you're not only kind of doing really tight platforming sections, but you're also trying to actively avoid enemies and their attacks. In this one, the enemies are probably more intelligent and more aggressive. But like I said, unless they swing the sword and hit you, it's not going to hurt you. Or unless they fire their bow and hit you, they're not going to hit you either. So just for me, it just feels a little mushy. I think the double jump feels bad as well.
Yeah, the double jump, it took me a while. You have to bash it twice really fast, don't you, to get the highest jump?
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like. And again, if this was a traditional Metroidvania game, I'd be like, that's fine, because at some point I'm going to get a double jump, or like a better jump or triple jump or something. But I don't think this game works like that. Maybe there is a persistent upgrade that you get at some point which fixes that. But for me, it just, like I said, coming off tighter platformers like Rogue Legacy, Chasm, whatever else, this one, I guess it's more combat focused than it is on the platforming, which is fine. It's just a different experience. And, it's pretty much universal critical acclaim at this point.
Yeah, seems really
9.7
popular.
on IGN, now 9.5. So yeah, good stuff. The other thing that I played weirdly, I decided to bite the bullet and I played through the OG Silent Hill, the PS1 game.
Okay. I just saw a review.
Fuck,
I don't know if you saw it, but I just saw a thing on yeah, because I was trying to look at what news the article to get, and like one of the top news articles on gaming on Reddit is that Silent Hill collection is still terrible even on the Xbox One X.
Yeah, so there's so the Silent Hill collection is a bit of a travesty. They when it was made, whichever development house it was farmed out to, they weren't allowed to have kind of the. So if you imagine when you remaster a game, you've got to assume that the developer, the publisher, whatever, gives you all of the core files of the initial game, and then you up-res them or wherever else. Apparently, they didn't get everything that they needed. So they had to just like, in order to upscale it to 1080p, they had to do a lot of manual intervention. So the game, as much as it's at a higher res, apparently from a frame rate perspective, doesn't run as well, and there's lots of shitty things in there. If you want to have a laugh, Google Silent Hill collection font, and there's just this brilliant fucking thing where I think it's in Silent Hill 2, like quite early on, there's a sign, like a wooden sign. I can't remember what it says. Maybe it says Silent Hill. Maybe, I don't know. It says something. And there's a comparison of the original game where, you know, the art direction is really strong in Silent Hill 2, and it looks in place. You've got this kind of creepy old sign and whatever words it says, and the font looks right. And then for the conversion process, clearly they couldn't just enlarge this image to 1080p without making it look stretched. So they had to, I guess, redo it. But they've just done this generic. It just looks like the initial font that you would get in Microsoft Word or something. It's like Comic Sans or something like that. Which in a game like Silent Hill 2, which is such a fucked up dark game, and then there's just this shitty freeware font that they've just inserted into it. So yeah, that collection's a bit of a travesty.
Think it'd benefit
that you play it.
Think it'd benefit from a remaster? Is it the type of game that would work in today's?
But that was supposed. What, the first one?
Oh, all of them. Well, 1 and 2 mainly. They're the ones.
The first one is pretty much like I couldn't possibly recommend that anybody plays the first game unless you just like I really like survival horror games. I like horror in general. And I really like the mythos of Silent Hill. And the first one, like I couldn't play the first one when I was younger. It was too fucking stressful, but I did watch my friend play it through. I've got a bit of nostalgia for it. So I kind of just wanted to get through it myself to say that I've done it, and I'm really eager to play the second one. Because it's just such a kind of renowned and classic game. So I thought I'd better get through the first one. But to be honest, like it controls fucking terribly. Like it controls way worse than Resident Evil 1, and you know, this game came out on the back of Resident Evil 1. It was Resident Evil 1 that kind of kickstarted the survival horror genre, and you know, Silent Hill just did a kind of darker twist on it, but it just doesn't control as well. It looks like the guy's wearing flip-flops when he's running around. It feels like you're controlling like a freighter around a maze. Like there were sections where instead of me actually wanting to control the guy accurately, I just let him run into a wall, and he was just slowly progressing kind of where I needed him to go.
Wow.
The combat's always been kind of janky in the older Silent Hills, and that kind of played into the fact that you're supposed to feel powerless. You know, you're not supposed to be a badass. You're not supposed to be trying to take down all these monsters. It's very much traditional survival horror stuff where if you can avoid someone, you should. But this, like, as the game is still pretty creepy. There's some kind of cutscenes in it and some CGI in it, which this is as dated as you can imagine, but the story stuff is barely there. There's not, like, considering how great the second one is and how much there is to kind of delve into and analyze. The first one hasn't got a hell of a lot going for it outside of just this cool fucking tone that it gives, and setting up Silent Hill as this awesome kind of mythological ghost town that changes with each of the games. It's got that cool siren noise though, which I fucking love. When it kind of changes from creepy Silent Hill into like this demonic world, you just hear like an air raid siren, which is such an iconic sound. And the way they use fog in the game is funny because clearly like it's a really good aesthetic choice, and obviously that's stuck with the series, but it was clearly there because it just couldn't render much further than it anyway. So it's quite an ingenious way to go about that, and it's apparently it's based on a real town in the US. I don't know if anyone really knows about it, but apparently there's some town that there was a coal mine fire underneath, and for decades the town was just filled with smoke.
I
Oh.
heard about that. But I just looked at the video you just said, the font. I highly recommend that too because it's very fun. It is like Comic Sans on a board. It's so
Such a
funny.
serious game.
Yeah.
And then that is fucking insane. Yeah, so I can't recommend original Silent Hill unless you're if you're looking at it like as a museum piece. There's multiple endings. The ending that I got, I just stumbled into. I don't know what you need to do to influence which ending you get. My ending seemed pretty fucking standard. There was a weird like video sequence. I don't know if this happens every time, but towards the end, you just get all these characters that have been super downers and super depressed and scared and whatever. And then there's just a final video of them all kind of getting credit packages, and they're just like being kind of kooky in front of the camera and smiling and putting thumbs up and stuff, which is a bit of a weird tonal shift right at the end of the game. I don't know if that I only got that because I did something specific in the game. I'm not sure. But yeah, don't play Silent Hill.
Second one's the movie's based on the second one, isn't it?
It's a bit of an
loosely.
amalgamation
Okay.
of the two, but like, yeah, the second one, the fact that Pyramid Head is in it, that's very much a thing of the second game.
I love the movie.
Yeah, my favorite. Well, Mortal Kombat, then Silent Hill in terms of video game movies.
Jumanji.
Yes, Ben, Jumanji. And that's about it, I think. Oh, I've played a bit of Monster Hunter on PC as well. Which I know you've been
Yeah,
playing.
me too.
And that's a far better experience. The frame rate really, really helps. You're still kind of bogged down, and the game is quite obtuse. Like, there's just so many. Like, I'm going through it for the second time. Like, I probably put like 20 hours into the PS4 version, so I've done all these opening sections. I'm kind of going through the tutorial elements now, where they're telling me what each of the vendors does, and how you can, the different mechanics within the levels, and how you can interact with other people. And it's still, I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what? There's so many different types of bounties, and everything is just, nothing seems that straightforward.
Yeah, I'm
so considering this is supposed to be a more streamlined version of that series, I dread to think what the other ones are like. I definitely won't be picking up the Switch one because I know that's an older game, so the quality of life stuff won't be there, and I can't imagine how bad that must feel.
Yeah, I'm about 12 hours into it, so I've gone past that bit, but I'm onto the they say that like once you've reached Hunter rank 12, that's when the kind of the tutorial, like you stop being introduced to new monsters, and it's just kind of like that's when you start focusing on getting the best gear. Bit of grinding as always, because I'm liking these games right now.
They let you grind in Monster.
They do. They let you grind a lot, and it's fun. It's just it's really complicated. I played Monster Hunter, and I want to play it in co-op, and I want to play the entire thing in co-op. I want to stream it and play with my friends, and it's the most complicated, convoluted mess. But it's unbelievable. And it's even worse than PS4. So it's weird. Like, you can create a session, or you can join a friend session, or you can create, if you create a session, so this is like a hub of 16 people that can be in there. You can have a private one or a non-private one. Now, so far when I've been doing it, if I create a private one, it's totally private to me. Like, nobody else can join. I can't even invite any friends. It's just me. And if I give the code to people, they can't seem to join. So it's like, well, it's very
called an online session, which is
it's an online private session, but to me,
there's no option when you start to just be like, I just want to play a solo game. It's like, do you want to create an online match, or do you want to join an online match?
But then if I have it open, so it's not closed, like, it fills up, and then when my friends want to join me an hour in, they're like, oh, I've got to kick people out of it. It's like,
I didn't like, because that's what I do, is I just start a server and I just put it down like for anybody and do what you want, because I'm just not, I'm not going to play with these people anyway. If they want to join up, they can. But I didn't notice if anybody entered my world.
It takes a while. It took like 2 hours or so, and then all of a sudden it just started filling. But then you get all the little alerts all the time, like, Mr. Daddy has joined, and Mr. T has just left, and you get all these alerts all the time, and then somebody's like, hey, I can't join because it's full. And so I've got, okay, if I kick someone out, is that going to like end their quest, or are they just going to disconnect? I don't know. So I just kicked them out anyway because I don't care.
Like, my plan is just to pretty much solo it, but when I'm in, like, what I was doing on the PS4 is when it was a big hunt, I would just like start the level and shoot the flare straight away.
Yeah.
I just hope that a couple of people would jump in. That just seemed like a kind of smoother way just to have a bit of kind of passive online stuff going on.
Yeah, and that's good because a lot of the weapons are there to like complement other people, and there's like weapons that give buffs to the party, so it really helps
just
like
on
that.
bog stand. and that's what I struggled with on the initial time, was finding a weapon that I liked.
Mm.
I've just gone for I'm trying to make it basically Dark Souls. I've just gone for a sword and a shield combo.
Yeah.
And that seems to be working okay so far. That I know, I don't know if this is a new addition, but on each of the items, it kind of give a 3-star rating of how accessible the weapon is, and this one was like 3 stars because it is just a sword and a shield. So yeah, I'm gonna play it pretty standard. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a tipping point in Monster Hunter, and I didn't get anywhere near it on PS4, but there must be a tipping point where suddenly everything clicks and it's like
12
oh,
apparently.
yeah, and now I'm gonna love it, and I really want to get to that. So if you remember, like late last year, I was so fucking pumped for this game. I expected it to be like probably game of the year for me, and I just haven't managed to get my head around it.
I think up to 12. That's what people have told me, that like Hunter rank 12 is when you start like, okay, I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to have a set of equipment for this.
Story. Like whatever the main bullet points are in terms of go do this, go do that. I'm just going to do that. It seems like that stuff is teaching you what you need to know.
Yeah.
So I'll just bash through the story, and hopefully at some point along the way, it all clicks.
I saw somebody fighting a monster on Twitch last night, and it was awesome. Looked pretty.
Some of the moments, like I've even though I've only put a few hours into the PC version, I think I was hunting what's the first, like the bird kind of thing, not the
T-Rex that breathes fire and.
No, I've not even got to that one yet, but the oh no, it might have just been the first like lizard thing, basically the first big hunt that you go on.
Oh, the giant Jagras, maybe.
Yeah, so I was kind of just running around for it, and you kind of run into some bushes and into a jungle, and I followed it, and it was just so cinematic. Like it ran around a corner, and it was kind of limping a little bit, so I'm gonna fuck it up with my sword and shield. And as it runs around the corner, that T-Rex feathered thing just kind of comes out, and it's like fuck, and we didn't even interact with each other, but I was like hi, and it just roared a bit, and I just ran away. I just like that. That kind of emergent stuff that you get where monsters will start fighting other monsters.
Oh yeah, I got to that
the monster
part.
will run away and take you into a tricky area where there are multiple other monsters that you'll need to deal with. That stuff's really cool. I wish it was one cohesive world and not these separate places.
Yeah, and the style for me is really similar between the worlds. So at one point I was in a different area and I had no idea I was in a different area. It just feels like the same world. The first 2 or 3 areas do, I think.
Yeah, on PS4, did you get to like the coral kind of area?
Yeah, I did like 2 or I did like 3 or 4 monsters in there. I'm getting to the point now where I got to last time. I'm not too far away from it.
So I pretty much I jumped off when I got to that new area, that kind of different colored area, last time. So
yeah, that's a similar to where I got. I think it was I stopped when I had to kill a poisonous thing in the very bottom of the Rotten Vale, and it was just killing me all the time, and I thought, screw this, and then another game came out.
I think a lot of the confusion with that game is like the way that it presents customization and options. So when you go to the armorer, for instance, like there's you can obviously craft stuff, upgrade stuff, all that kind of makes sense. There's some of it like I still haven't worked out, like when you upgrade armor, what the orb stuff is. I'm just not touching that yet because I don't want to waste.
I've been told that, and I've been told that until you're Hunter rank 12, just get whatever you can get. Like it mix and match totally. It doesn't make any difference. Just whatever your strongest armor is, and upgrade it if you want. Use your upgrade things. Because at 12, that's when it's like, okay, sit down and plan what you're going to be making.
Map it out. Yeah. But then, so you got that core stuff of like, I want to create a weapon or I want to upgrade a weapon. But then in the same kind of list, they'll add things like the insect glaive things and upgraded guns and stuff. And it's weird because I think I've come to terms with it now, but when I look at that, I'm like, oh shit, that's something I need to think about then. Because if that's in the same list as upgrading my gear, which is obviously going to be such a key part of this game, that must also be a key mechanic. But as far as I can tell, those insect things only matter if you use a certain weapon anyway.
Yeah, apparently the insect glaive.
I could totally fucking ignore that option.
You could, but I've not used it yet. But people who have used the insect glaive say it's one of the most fun weapons in the game. So I'm kind of tempted to try it because you just fly around all over the place. Looks awesome.
On PS4, I was like just using a gun. I was just running around shooting everything, which I think is quite funny that you can do that in a game like this, which is clearly going for like technical melee action. But I was just running around shooting things, and like before every hunt, I would just buy loads of explosive ammunition. Just sit there shooting fucking dinosaurs in the head with it. I like that it does it. Like it seems like the game's pretty open to considering how old of a franchise it is and how like embedded the fandom is, it seems like it's pretty open to just being like, look, if you want to play it differently, go and play it differently. If you just want to make it a shooter, you go make it a shooter.
Yeah.
If you want help on every mission, you can just have it. There doesn't seem to be like you don't seem to sacrifice any rewards for that. So I appreciate that in the game. I just wish, like you said, even though I'm not like a big multiplayer guy, the fact that it's so obtuse to do it means I'll never fuck around with that multiplayer stuff.
I played I mean, I was using a bow as well, and it just feels like I wasn't doing any damage whatsoever. It was like, oh, but you can change this ammo and you can have this ammo and then you can fire it. But I was getting like 1 or 2 hit points off it and thinking, oh, this is totally pointless. And I had no idea like how. I need to watch some like YouTube videos on how to use certain weapons, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't like how
good videos that just kind of answer everything that we're asking right now.
Yeah, but it'd be great if it was in the game. And like, yeah, you've no idea which. Okay, you've done a bounty, but it doesn't come up and say you need to go and collect your stuff from it. And there's
no idea.
There are all these different NPCs.
Like every bounty that I see, I'm just like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I don't really know where that is then. Where is that in my inventory somewhere or whatever?
I was thinking like, hunt great jaguars. You got 8 left, and you get a gold and a silver and a bronze. But then you can also get hunt great jaguars with this bounty, where you get a silver and a bronze, and you got 6 of those. And yeah, I didn't get all of that, but I think I'm just kind of going through it as quickly as I can to the hunter rank 12, which is apparently when it starts being a bit more like you do these investigations and side quests and stuff like that to improve your gear before you can move on. But yeah, that's on to a great game, but yeah, the online just a mess, and I imagine they'll do a sequel, but just make it easy. Let us just join the group. If the 4 people want to play, stick us together and let us progress through it. That would be just marvelous.
I just wonder why they've done that so wrong. Like in the age of like Destiny and just being able to drop in and out of games.
I saw people try and say that it was a single player game on the Reddit circle jerk on there, but they were saying no, it's like most of these weapons are there to give buffs to other people in your party. So what on earth? Yeah. How on earth is that a single player game? It's designed to be a multi. You go on a hunt. You don't go on a hunt just you.
The fact that the enemies are such damage sponges, like that's clearly designed for there to be 3 or 4 of you fucking pummeling that thing. I know they get stronger when you have more people in, but
it's weird because
definitely feels like it's called Monster Hunter World. It's definitely geared towards being a co-op experience. I would argue.
Don't play it with 3 players though. Very difficult.
Worth knowing how good of a PC porter is though. Like it just feels quality.
Yesterday I had my first few drops. Like I was inside an area with that T-Rex thing had made its way around while I was trying to kill something else, and it was dropping down to 30.
Your max settings?
Yeah, I think I am.
Digital Foundry just did a video kind of going through all the settings and stuff, so it might be worth taking a look at that and seeing kind of what you can sacrifice. For me, it's been pretty solid so far. Certainly, like there was something about the original release where I was like, for this type of game, this is it. Like being in that hub world and stuff, and the art design is so cool.
Another thing, hub world, but you're on a session with 16 people, and in your hub world you can't see any other people unless you go to the top floor.
They're in the boat.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, they should be running around really. But yeah, being in that world and thinking this looks really cool, but then the game was chugging. Seeing it now in 60 frames a second, like it makes such a big difference. Definitely worth, for me at least, kind of buying it again to see it. And with it being a PC game, it wasn't too expensive either. I got it for like 30 quid. So.
Oh really? Oh. Yeah, I got it on Instant Gaming, but it was like 44 euros.
Yeah, pre-ordered it a little while ago, so it's a bit cheaper.
All right. Yes. Any other games?
No, that's it for me.
Yeah, me too.
I don't think I'll ever get into Monster Hunter. Like I was looking forward to it too, but like hearing Jordan say it's complicated.
It's very complicated.
I know Jordan likes complicated games, so to hear him say like it's just
complicated if it's logical and it's kind of easy to, and if you like, you just need to sit down and look at it and you've got all the information there. But like, there's 3 NPCs standing right next to each other, but I'm pretty sure they all do the same thing. If you go to them,
it feels needlessly complicated. It feels opaque. I guess it's not like, considering what the game is pretty fucking straightforward. It's kind of, it reminds me of MGS5 in ways where it's like you're going to reuse the same environment, but in certain scenarios, and we'll populate it with the enemies that we need for that, and you can just go at the same mission multiple times if you want, and get the rewards and take them back to your base and upgrade and stuff. But it just seems there's just so many layers and different vendors to speak to, and I don't know. I imagine that's probably why people love the franchise so much because they get to the point where
Yeah.
all that stuff clicks, and that then makes for a really kind of deep experience. But and it is trying to hold your hand. Like it's just constant fucking tutorial pop-ups telling you do this, do that. And it's not like I know what I need to do. I'll go and get a mission. I'll go into the world and go and do it. But it just feels bogged down, at least in the early goings. So we'll see.
All right.
It reminds me of
Yeah.
I mean, in technically speaking, it reminds me of Xenoblade Chronicles. When that came out, I was like looking forward to it so much. I wanted something on my Switch, but like looking at it, it's like, oh, you get blueprints for weapons, and then you have to take the blueprints to the people, and then they make it for one time, and each time you do it, it's just like, I don't like that shit.
Oh, that's
why I like the Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's child's play compared to Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Similar art
Damn.
style though, like Monster Hunter and Xenoblade.
Yeah.
All right, so should we go into the news section?
We got a new news theme.
Do we? This isn't it. No, I've got the wrong one up there. Okay. Do we have a new news theme? You sent me the Twitch Play intro.
I sent you two.
Yeah, the other one was the Twitch Play intro. I wondered why you sent me that one.
What are you talking about? Damn it.
Did you send the wrong video? Well, Jordan will let us know all the exciting games he's looking forward to in the next week while you resend that.
Week.
Oh, what about We Happy Few? Are you going to play any of We Happy Few?
No, people hate that game, and rightly so.
It looks bad. It looks like a game that should be £25-30, you know?
Yeah, it seems like it does look a lot different to when I played the early access one, but it seems like it's definitely the same concern where the story stuff is okay or pretty good, but the kind of interim survival stuff is bad. Yeah, I think that game is just going to come and go. Microsoft owns that studio now, so hopefully they can.
Yeah.
Hopefully the next one knocks it out of the park. But based on this, it doesn't seem very promising, which is a shame because I like the art style and the setting.
Yeah, I saw Dan Reichert. I don't know if you saw the Giant Bomb. Quick look of it. He was really scathing of it. And then someone in the chat was like, "Don't they know that this was a Kickstarted game? What do you expect?" I was like, "Well, for $60,
A good game.
Yeah, $60, I'd expect kind of a good game."
Yeah, I watched a bit of that when you tweeted it out, and it kind of annoyed me because it was like because Vinny was on it as well, and he was constantly like trying to rein Dan in terms of his criticism.
Yeah,
as if he was really subjective, and it's like, of course it's subjective. Like
it's a quick look.
it's his opinion, but at the same time, the game is clearly deficient. The game is it's clearly buggy as hell. The fact that pretty much every NPC's face is identical. Little things
just
like
with
that,
mustaches on them and stuff.
Yeah, when you've got an open world populated with NPCs.
I loved. I think there's a bit where he was throwing a glass jar at a guard that was asleep, and he threw at the metal bar behind him. It smashed. He threw the glass jar at his head. It smashed. And he was still asleep. But then the second he walked near the gate, he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Yeah, it looked like a really bad game.
Seems like an example of biting off more than you can chew. And then it just begs the question to me of if you've already bitten off more than you can chew, why the fuck would you make a survival game? Because like trying to meld a single player experience like that with a survival game just sounds like a nightmare. You just need such a clear vision and probably a lot of manpower and skill behind it. And I don't doubt they've got skill because the game. I think there's certain elements of that game. I think the tone is really good. You kind of got that 1984 type feel to it, dystopian UK. But yeah, just why is it a survival game? I just always go back to. I was so shocked because I was so in on that game just based on the trailers and stuff, and I paid for that game fucking like I don't know 18 months ago or something to get it to play it in early access. Went through the first section, which was really fucking cool. You know, you're this government employee that doesn't want to take his meds, and you get chased out of the place, and you like.
Oh, you've actually played it already? Oh, you played the beginning bit.
Made early access like I said about 18 months ago, whenever it first came out in early access. And then you get through that bit, and then you get to outside, and then boom, it's a survival game. It's just fucking. It's like you got to eat, you got to drink, and it's randomly generated as well. That was something I didn't mention about Chasm. Actually, there's a procedural element to it, so it's like the next time you play it, the level design will be different.
Same with Dead Cells.
Yeah, so that's different with each run, isn't it? Whereas with Chasm, the way it works is that when you start a file, you get a seed number. and then that it'll be the same for your entire playthrough, but your playthrough will be different to others. And if you obviously do a new playthrough, then it'll change, which is quite interesting because there's some bits where like you'll look at guides and the guides can't tell you what to do because it's based on your spawn, your level, and they do some interesting things with puzzles where like there's this part where you need to open a big huge lock thing and there's a 3-digit code and each of the numbers has got a symbol attached to it. It's like bells, swords, cups, and there's just random rooms around the map spread around which have pictures in the background, and they'll like have pictures of knights around a table with swords, and you need to count the swords, and then another room with cups and another one with stars or something. But for each, like depending on your seed, depending on your level kind of makeup, that code is different. So there's no right answer. You can't just go on Reddit and be like, what's the code to get through?
Wow.
It's different for everybody, which I thought was quite interesting.
Okay, news time. Ready? Oh wow. Amazing. Ray, thanks for talking all over it. That was great. It's BBC News theme tune. Perfect.
Yeah. I thought you'd like that.
Love it. I was trying to think for a second. I was like, what is that? Is that the question time one? I don't know. It can't be the question time one. Brilliant. Well, okay, news time. Do you want me to play it again, Jordan? I've got very little.
I'm just listening to it on WhatsApp. I realized that Andrea sent me. That's really good. Like that.
Tonight on BBC News.
So, shall I go first?
You go. Well, yeah.
Killer 7 is being released on Steam.
Nice.
Did I read this correctly? I've never played
Killer that, but
is that your news that you brought?
Fucking game.
I love Suda 51. Like, No More Heroes is one of my favorite games, and No More Heroes 2 is my favorite Wii game. So, and I hear Killer 7's like the first fucking big one.
It's insane. It's such a weird game. It's like it's an on rails first person shooter puzzler art house piece.
Oh, that just made me remember. We Happy Few. If that was a walking simulator, I'd be all over that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would I.
Yeah.
It actually sounds kind of nice. Yeah.
It was just a linear kind of BioShock-esque experience. That's what that game should have been. That's what it looked like from the first trailer. That's what people wanted. And then they were like, yeah, but what if you had to think about bread and water,
drinking,
and crafting?
It's not Subnautica, is it?
It's not what I need. Just give me a 5-hour fucking experience, which is really dark and British. That's all we need.
Yeah. Idris Elba.
Anyway, good luck with that, Microsoft. So my news this week. So this has been a really big week for not necessarily game announcements. We knew these games were coming, but we got in-depth looks at some games. So Smash Brothers, there was a Nintendo Direct, which gave loads of new details on that game.
Did it?
We also got some Doom Eternal gameplay, and that game is not completely different because it's still a fucking Doom game, but that game is radically different from what I thought it was going to be.
I've not seen any of it.
It seems way more open, and there's some Andre, have you seen it?
The what?
The Doom Eternal reveal.
Oh yeah.
That mechanic it looks fucking awesome in terms of the open world design and stuff. But what's the mechanic they've got? Where is it that other players can come in, or is it that just enemies?
Oh yeah, at the end, other players can control demons in the game,
right?
And go around fucking killing you. And plus, you got a grappling hook.
Yeah.
Just seems way more robust. Hook to everything.
I'm happy they've not just gone, because the first one was brilliant, but I'm glad they're not just making a clone of Doom 2.
Yeah.
That's
really kind of what I expected. I just thought, Doom was. I'm sure to them it wasn't a surprise success, but I think to a lot of people, to most people, a Doom remake is the unmakeable game because Doom is the original Doom is so influential, but it's also so of its time.
Yeah.
And first-person shooters are so fucking different now, and they managed to capture the spirit of what Doom is in terms of just this brutal and fast shooter, but also make it feel like a modern game that you want to play. So I just assumed that Doom 2 or Doom Eternal, as they call it, would just be that, but more of it and probably a bit more spectacle. But this seems like they're doing some interesting stuff with it. So that's cool. You should check out that.
What's the multiplayer looking like? So that was the big disappointment.
I don't know if they. Well, obviously you got that passive multiplayer stuff that we just talked about, but in terms of like PvP, I'm not sure. I don't know if the video that I watched, because they did like a conference thing. The video that I watched was just the gameplay segments snipped together, and I don't think there was anything about PvP in there. So I don't know whether that means that there'll be no PvP. I would assume that there will be. I know the last one wasn't really well received, so if it is there, I'm sure it's going to be a lot different to what it was.
Oh wow! Quake Champions is now free to play.
Yes.
There you
go. Smash Brothers then. So that game is just like for Smash Brothers fans, it's just Christmas every week right now when we're just learning more details about it. Like they've announced new characters. You've got 2.
Have they announced Rabid Peach yet?
Characters.
Have we got Rabid Peach yet?
No, we have not.
Still a no buy for me then.
Okay. So 2 characters from Castlevania, Simon Belmont and Richter Belmont, King K. Rool, who is Donkey Kong's nemesis. I think he showed up in like the N64 game, or is he in the older ones as well? Is he like the bad guy in the SNES ones? I'm not sure.
He's in the Super. Yeah, he was in the first one, like in the first.
So he's like OG. He's basically like Bowser's equivalent.
Did they kill Luigi in it or something? I don't know. I've seen memes about Luigi and I don't know what it's about.
So there was they do like they're really good looking actually, like these CG cinematics to like announce new characters and stuff, and
Overwatch
as part of like the Castlevania one, because obviously it's all about vampires and shit like that. Luigi was in there and he ended up getting killed and turned into a ghost, but the internet just seems to like go wild for that stuff, because in the initial, like when they announced Smash Bros. Ultimate, like Mario and Mega Man get fucked up by Ridley.
Oh yeah,
people are like, oh my god, Mario's dead. I'm like, what are you talking about? But it just seems to be a meme that people are running with. I'm sure Luigi's fine. I think Nintendo actually came out and said he's okay.
Yeah. Don't worry, we're gonna involve him in all the other Mario Maker games and all that.
Yeah. Dark Samus was in it as well as like an echo character, and some people from like Fire Emblem. There's just fucking loads of characters, and there's got to be way more reveals as well, because this game isn't out until December. We're now in August.
Yeah,
I can't see them going from August to December without at least one reveal each month.
Give me a Rabid Peach, please.
That has to be.
She would be so funny. I'd play.
I've always thought there's space for another MGS character in there, and in my head it was always Liquid Snake. But I was reading the other day, obviously the
Ocelot.
That's a person. Ocelot.
Do the fat one. Quiet.
Yeah, that's also a character in Metal Gear. But the obvious choice, because so just to kind of clear you up on it, Ben, with Smash, like a lot of the characters will be what they call Echo Fighters, so they're pretty much the same as another character, but they have a kind of very similar moveset. But they'll look different, and some of the moves will be slightly different. They're picked as a different character, so it totally makes sense. I would think. Do you have Big Boss in there? You have Big Boss and Solid Snake, and Big Boss is kind of just basically the same as Solid Snake, but he's more old school.
So you could play. So could I play as Waluigi?
Not yet. They haven't announced that yet.
Is he an Echo character? What's he? Because he's in it as something.
I think. Yeah,
trophy. That's another thing.
He won't be announced as a character then, because he's already been given a trophy or whatever it is, like an assist item thing.
So so an Echo character is almost the same as a normal one. It's like the same moveset, but slightly different.
So Mario, Dr. Mario,
yeah.
Samus, Dark Samus. Trying to think of any other ones. Initially, it was Fox and Falco were, but I think Falco is actually a different character now. In terms of like they just announced loads of new levels, they don't seem to be going with the message of it's every level ever. So I'm guessing there will be some levels that are not there, but like there's just fucking tons of them, and each of them has 3 different variants as well. So it's something like there's 900 levels when you take them all into account. The music stuff they went quite hard with, so there's always been like Smash Bros. is this big museum piece for specifically Nintendo games, and obviously now some third-party stuff, and the music has always been a big part of that. So when you play in levels, there'll be a couple of music tracks associated with it. So if you're playing in, if you're in Termina Bay, you'll have You'll have Majora Mask music in the background and stuff. And with this one, like they're just going hell for leather. So there's 2 Castlevania characters in there, but there's 30 tracks from Castlevania in terms of music.
Okay.
So cool.
They're just going insane. And they even, like, this is weird. They were like, yeah, you can, the music is presented as an album for each franchise. So you'll have like the Mario music and the Zelda music and stuff. And you can just like go into the menu, press play on it as an album, turn your Switch off and just listen to it on the go as music. So that like they're expecting you to like walk around the street using it as like an iPod, which I don't think anyone's going to do because the battery's probably going to run out in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. The game is just gonna have so much fucking content. It really feels like they're trying to say, yeah, this is the last one we want to do, at least for a good while. Loads of different modes and stuff. They haven't really gone into how the online stuff will work yet. I'm assuming that'll come closer to the September release of the online Nintendo stuff.
When in September is it released?
They've just said the latter half.
Like a month away, maybe.
Yeah. So anytime after September 15th, I guess.
All right.
So the only bad thing about Smash Brothers is that it's coming out in December. That's so far away.
Yeah.
It just everything about it is just, I just can't wait. And the fact that I can play it on the go, it's just going to be insane.
Can I introduce you to a game called Super Mario 3DS?
Super
Smash
Mario
Brothers 3DS. Smash. That's the one you can play on the go.
Yes.
Was it not good?
Up, Ben.
It's not ultimate.
No. I've got it, I think.
And Snake's not in that one.
I think I have it.
So, and also Red Dead Redemption 2 gameplay this week. Game looks beautiful. Like I don't really need to see anything more. Like, you know, you could tell me, you could have not shown me anything and told me Red Dead Redemption is now out and I would have bought it. But everything that I see kind of backs up what I would want to see in that game. The best thing for me about the trailer was just seeing those big open landscapes.
Yeah.
And just the idea of just kind of riding around on a horse. It almost looked like something from Shadow of the Colossus in terms of the scope.
I was hyped for it. I'm more hyped for that game than any game I can think of recently. Maybe the last one I was that hyped for was kind of GTA 5. But oh my god, when I saw just every single thing it showed in that gameplay trailer, I was like, wow, this looks incredible. Like those vistas, like how far in the distance you could see in the mountains. And I love the fact that it's a prequel as well, so it's not like the end of the Wild West, but you've got like cities, haven't you, that have kind of embraced a bit of modern life, and then you've got the big wild. It looks like Red Dead is amazing. Red Dead Redemption, the original, was huge, but this just seems like on a different scale. I can't wait.
It's the detail, like when you just see him walk around a town and stuff, and just the detail on the NPCs and the shop fronts and the wagons as they go past and stuff. It's just a level of fidelity that, like, you got to remember, this is Rockstar's first current gen game. Like, as much as GTA 5 has stayed in the consciousness, that's because of the online element and the fact that it just keeps on selling. That's quite an old game now, and it was built around PS3, Xbox 360 architecture. This is the first time that they've actually released something within the kind of current gen of consoles, and it looks. I think it looks the part. It looks like what you would expect. And then
it definitely looks very Rockstar.
GTA 6 will look like, because that won't be on this gen. That'll be next gen. Yeah,
it looks very Rockstar. I mean, the characters, they're not like Detroit Become Human kind of, real, like, it's they don't look like next gen kind of characters. They still look like, I don't know. I wouldn't, when I saw the models of the people, and like, I think it was when they were speaking, I'm like, okay, it doesn't look incredible. I wasn't as impressed as I was with, there are some other games that do that better, but it's everything else that's, if that game has a good story, it's going to be game of the year, hands down.
Yeah.
And I want the music to be good.
It's the story, but also just that for me, it'll be just the just being out in the wilds.
Yeah, the atmosphere.
They nailed the hunting stuff, because they've had hunting they had it in original Red Dead, they had it in GTA 5, but it was always a bit of an afterthought. I really hope they nail that stuff and make me just feel like I want to, go walking through the woods and shooting deer and stuff. That's great. Sold. So
Yep.
next month we've got Spider-Man. Month after that will be Red Dead. What's happening in November? I need a November game. Any ideas?
Resident Evil. When does Resident Evil 2
Call
come
of
out?
No, that's
Duty.
it's like January.
Call of
Have you
Duty
seen
Black
the-
Ops 4.
I really want to see what that's like.
Oh, I've seen there's
Anyway.
there's an open beta on right now, and
Oh shit.
it looks terrible. I don't know. To me, it looks like a
Grind.
PlayStation 3 game. Right now, you
So
don't need.
grinding.
Sorry, there's no
Yeah.
grinding. There might be grinding in it because it's only online, so you probably have to kind of grind the multiplayer to get unlocks and stuff. But I don't know. It looks
Broken Armor.
it looks crap. I don't know Broken Armor. I don't know. I don't know. I just think the graphics of this new Call of Duty just doesn't look good.
Yeah.
It looks. It's like
Why do-
Fortnite-y kind of,
There's something
cartoony
about the thing
graphics.
I'm interested in. Is it maybe because they've got a battle royale mode in it? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yeah, I think that there's a battle royale mode
Yeah.
in it called
Yeah.
Destruction or something like that. I don't know.
Blackout.
Domination.
Blackout. It's called.
Blackout. Okay.
So I'm kind of.
It's called.
So the only time I've ever been interested in Call of Duty, the sci-fi one that they did with Jon Snow, I kind of want to do the campaign on that one because
That was a good campaign.
So I'll probably like if I saw that for cheap for some reason, I'd probably just do it for the campaign. And then this one, between this and Battlefield, I want one of them to nail the whole battle royale thing, but with decent gunplay. And I don't think you get any better gunplay than Call of Duty, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
Well, maybe Destiny. What's better, Destiny or Call of Duty? For-
I'd say for
Destiny.
shooting, yeah, Destiny feels better. I'd say maybe Battlefield is better than Call of Duty.
I say Titanfall 2. Titanfall
Oh,
2
yeah.
is the best shooting ever.
Best FPS. Oh, can you imagine though a battle royale Titanfall where everyone starts off in a mech, so you can see them quite obviously, but obviously they're really strong.
That'd be fucking great.
Yeah.
That would
Still haven't
destroy
played that.
computing.
You've not
computers
played-
will
well,
ex-
You played Titanfall 2, haven't you?
I haven't finished it. Played like one level. Andre, what were you gonna ask me something? Have I seen?
Oh yeah,
something?
the Resident Evil, the Resident Evil remake, the Resident Evil 2 remake, special controller it comes with.
The
Have you seen it?
typewriter.
Yeah, the giant. Did we talk about that? Did I miss that? I just found out
No,
about this.
it was only announced this week. It's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah. No, it looks
Does it sound like a
ridiculous.
typewriter? Do we know?
Yeah, it's like a fully functioning typewriter as well.
Wait, what?
So good looking. It's like a 500 quid, 500 quid keyboard. So in Resident Evil, certainly the classic ones, every time you wanted to save, you would do it on typewriter. So you'd have to combine the typewriter with an ink cartridge, and they're just releasing like this USB typewriter thing. But just the design on it is sick. It just looks really, really nice, really sleek. If I had loads of money, I'd probably get that. My game
You two have
just
loads
looks
of money.
Maybe I should play that game. I've never finished a Resident Evil apart from 7, so maybe I should try this old one.
You should try 4.
Yeah. So we've talked about 4. I'm trying to get Ben to do like we did with Metal Gear Solid, and like I said,
Yeah.
I've never said Ben wrong.
No. What games do you
did Metal Gear
recommended that were
Solid, that's
bad? I
now
don't know.
Probably his favorite game of all time. And now I want to introduce him to Resident Evil 4.
Was this also
um,
about global warming?
Yeah.
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 Good. Or is it about social justice warriors?
5 going to the social justice stuff because he was like, "You can't set a game in Africa. That's racist."
What about 7?
But he was
Not
okay to set
all
a game in
Americans are
Spain.
like this. They were definitely Trump voters, weren't they?
Yeah.
All right then. So yeah, that was Jordan's news thing. Thank you, Jordan, for bringing that.
Thank you.
My news thing I just picked 2 minutes before the show started. There is Bethesda is not putting Fallout 76 on Steam, but they said that this isn't going to necessarily be the trend. They haven't decided on the rest yet. And also, Discord are launching their own store. Do you think people are falling out of favor with Steam?
I've got things to say on it. I'll let you guys.
I
say your
think-
piece first if you want.
I think if Steam are taking 30% from every sale, then yeah, they're going to encourage people to make their own launches or another one to rise.
30%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, why don't they make it 10%? They'll still make.
Why don't they fucking update their store? Why don't they do something with Steam?
Yeah,
Valve are really frustrating me.
as
right
long
now.
as I've been a PC gamer, which is a good couple of years, maybe, and way before that as well, I've not seen the store change once.
I was talking to I was talking to Jimmy Champagne on. I don't know if you guys know him. He's like kind of does some video game stuff, but he's primarily like into horror films. He's got a cool podcast and does like YouTube videos and stuff around horror films. And I was chatting to him on Twitter around Steam, and we were talking about this particular issue, and I mentioned how, like, for me, like ideally, I would have everything on Steam. I want it in one place. You know, even though it's digital, I want this kind of condensed collection. But I feel less passionate about that by the day, because it doesn't seem like Valve is that passionate about me doing that. They don't seem to do anything that encourages me to want to do it. They don't like. It doesn't feel like that store's been, other than a weird chat thing that they did a couple of weeks ago. It doesn't feel like it's been updated. And I was speaking to Jimmy about it, and he was like, apparently the Mac version has still got the old format of the maximize and close buttons on the window.
They don't have.
Some fucking updating to the latest OS.
I just checked. I still have Total Biscuit as a recommended curator for games to follow.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing many games.
No. Well, maybe he's playing all the games he wants. Tobes in the chat says, I prefer to be able to have all my games in a central location. I was like, yeah, me too. It's my desktop. That's where I don't care about the launch.
It's my shelf. it's my shelf. I don't download games. I only buy physical products because I like to sell them back.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I think with the PC stuff was a bit more of an issue when you first had Uplay and Origin come on the scene, and they were just shit. They were just
and
really,
they used
really bad.
loads of like your CPU, didn't they, in the background?
And like, I don't think they're perfect yet, but so if we go back to the question in terms of Fallout 76, like I've downloaded, so I'm in on the beta thing, yeah. So I've already downloaded the client, ready to like. It's not going to happen until October, I think, but I just can't wait for that fucking game. So I've already downloaded the client to make sure it's all there and ready and whatever else. And it's a pretty clean client. It reminds me of the Battle.net one, where it's like,
I like that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's gone in to be Steam. It just looks like, look, we are a publisher. These are our games. So it's just got like, even whether you own the game or not. So for instance, whether you own Dishonored or not, Dishonored is always there on the sidebar, and it's like, this is one of our games. Do you want to fucking play it? And it's not just right. This is the 500th indie game that's released this week.
I downloaded Hearthstone and I had no idea of, no intention, and I actually just recently uninstalled it to free up some space. It was there, and I was like, oh, it's free. I'll just download it. You never know. One day might play it.
It's just nice and clean as well. It's kind of got a similar aesthetic to Steam, so it's just black on white. And in the corner, you've got Fallout 76 like icons. You've got Wolfenstein, Evil Within 2, Dishonored, Quake. That Legend is it Elder Scrolls Legends card game?
Oh god, anyway. Yeah. Oh, interesting. Did you see the news about that? They might be. Yeah, they might not put it on a platform. In other words, they might not put it on PlayStation.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, it seems to have died down a bit, and I hope it keeps cropping back up. All the furore.
It is funny. I think about it now and again, and it's like, as much as I love video games, I fucking hate this video game bubble, and just think about how much of a deal that was for a week. The whole Fortnite thing, and everyone's like, oh,
it kind of stopped me playing
cocky. That's it. Now the king's fallen off the throne, and then like a week later, it's like nobody gives a fuck about this.
Yeah.
And then it just makes me think like I've kind of got this hypothetical tweet in my head where I mention that, and then I just list the fucking 10 quality AAA exclusives that Sony has released this generation. All anybody wanted to talk about for a week was the fact that they couldn't play fucking Fortnite with their friends. Fuck off.
It actually stopped me playing Fortnite because I thought, well, I'm not gonna be. I kind of got a sour taste from that, and I haven't really played Fortnite since then because I wanted to play it on Switch as well. So
mission accomplished, Sony. Well done.
Yeah.
But they did release God of War a few months ago, so
good game.
So yeah, like ideally it would all be on Steam. Traditionally I'm like a bit of a Valve fanboy. Half-Life is one of my favorite games of all time, or Half-Life 2 specifically. But that's just another thing. They won't release the third one. What are they actually doing other than using the same old shitty storefront, letting people put new games on it and taking 30% of the profit? It feels like there's nothing else happening. The VR stuff is pretty cool, I guess, but
they're making a card game.
What are these fucking items that I get on my Steam account? I've got like 3,764 items or something. I don't want it, and I can't turn it off. I want nothing to do with it. Yeah. What is it?
What, the card game thing? Oh, I have no idea.
No.
There's a streaming thing now. Games streaming now. Can you stream on Steam?
I don't know.
Someone's streaming Hunt Showdown.
Can't you also rent movies off Steam?
We, some not rent. I think you could buy just random films. Like Mad Max Fury Road was on it.
Okay.
But when that first came out, that was on it. And you do see like some weird indie documentaries
Oh
or
my.
indie films pop up.
Since you recently played the Jackbox Party Pack 4, they're recommending a game called Oh Sir, the Insult Simulator. That sounds awesome. It's €1.99.
Download it. You can't not get that game.
That sounds like an amazing game. Hides in this shrubbery. This conversation wanted to be thwarted. This looks like it doesn't even make any sense. Oh, you have to what? Mix up the sentences, or what? I don't understand. This looks kind of interesting.
There's a game coming out soon. I think it's in early access where you play as a duck trying to hide from a gardener. You have to run away and hide in the bushes. It looks really good, everybody. Look it up.
Somebody, I looked in the reviews, and one of the people gave it a recommended. They said, "I told God that his mum jerks off to tentacle hentai as H.P. Lovecraft." Your face is not migratory, and your mother doesn't own a colour telly, you cross-eyed inbred muckspout. Oh, I want to get this game. There's a PS4 one as well.
You just fucking insult us.
Yeah. It's going to teach me. All right. Andre, what news item did you bring?
I did not bring anything because I totally didn't know about this.
Totally texted you earlier to tell you. So.
You did, but I was too busy
Frotting.
making news intros. I just want to talk about those intros. You guys like them? I think they're great.
Yeah.
They're all plagiarized. I took somebody else's video and just added new music to it and then put our name on it.
Wow.
Thank you to those 2 videos.
Gonna start calling you Tim Munichi or whatever his name is. Oh no, that's
Philip Mewson.
Yeah.
I'm a regular Philip Mewson of myself.
That's that Australian comedian, isn't it? The other one. Yeah. All right, shall we go on to the big news section now?
Sure.
News.
Sure.
Big news. All right. Jordan, what is the big news this week?
We're going to talk about the obvious one. This dickhead, which probably shows my hand a little earlier than I should have, from IGN, who initially reviewed Dead Cells, and then was subsequently outed as having plagiarized his review. He's now been fired. If it ended there, I would probably veto this as the big news of the week, because for me it's pretty black and white. I'd be surprised if any of you guys are going to argue the toss that this guy shouldn't have been fired or whatever. This isn't going to be a repeat of the ArenaNet stuff. You know, I think it's pretty obvious this guy should have got fired. But the reason I was up for talking about it was just that he seems to have doubled down and he's released like a YouTube video, which is, he hasn't positioned it as an apology. It's his response. And reading into this guy, his name is Philip Mewson.
Yeah, I don't understand how it's pronounced his name. So
Philip Mewson is his name.
Mewson.
Like looking into the history of this guy. So this guy came to prominence via YouTube, and it shows, man. Like just the fact that he's done this dickhead thing, that tells me that either he probably hasn't got the ability to really write long form, because as much as the IGN reviews of videos, there's also the written text that goes alongside it. Either he hasn't got the chops to do that, or he doesn't think it's worth his time and it's all about him. And if you watch the reaction video that he did, it was just, it was so fucking staged, man. It was so like, you could just tell that like he, at this point, we've seen this cycle so many times of, somebody does something wrong, whether it's in the game industry or not, but if they're part of like the online ecosystem, and then they do some kind of apology video or reaction video to it, and just the Logan Paul thing, just the kind of tone and the way he's exasperated, and he mentions, please don't bring my family into it and all this kind of stuff. It was just,
I think that's a legit complaint if people are like messaging his family. That's the thing, like, that
it seemed like something he would just say to bring a bit of fucking pity, but at the same time, like
I've seen
this
is the reason why I introduced. This is the reason why I brought in. Obviously, he shouldn't have plagiarized. It was stupid. And like the position he had, he was in charge of, I think, covering Nintendo stuff at IGM. Hasn't every single editor, every single person that's held that position gone on to get a job in Nintendo or something like that? It's like, He had such a great opportunity and he's messed it up. But the Twitter,
I was a big fan of Nintendo Voice Chat. That was the podcast he hosted for IGN. He took over for Jose Otero, who left to do and like that's what sucks about this entire thing, because when it first got out, I liked the guy. I enjoy watching, like he's a very friendly, like normal guy. And only when he's like responding to this stuff, I'm like, this guy is a piece of shit. This guy's an asshole. Like, he's a sociopath. He's a fucking YouTuber sociopath.
Yeah.
Oh, they all
There
are.
was something creepy about that video, I thought.
So creepy.
But
Yeah,
I get where you're coming
I
from,
lasted like a minute watching that video and thought, no, this guy's annoying.
I loved it.
But I just, the Twitter hate mod was just wind. But you know what the good thing is though, that he did that video and he took all the hate off IGN. Like all IGNs now is when they release the second review, all the comments are like, "Wow, this is a really good review. Yeah, actually, this was 10 times better than the guy who copied it." And well, we should not hate on IGN anymore. They did what they should and they got rid of him. So actually, IGN have come out of this looking all right now, I think.
As they fucking should. Like I follow, what is it, Dan? Who's the review? Like
Dan
chief
Stapleton.
Dan Watson.
Yeah, like I follow Dan on Twitter. I've interacted with him a couple of times. What a fucking stand-up guy. He's a bit boring, but he's
Is he the bald one?
And you can tell he's really passionate about his craft. Like he'll just tweet out randomly, like really inside baseball stuff about the thought process that goes into these reviews. But I get like the hate mob mentality and stuff. I think you probably go looking for hate mobs a little bit because you always seem to.
Oh yeah. Well, I look on the comments when I go and scroll on those
I
comments.
think you enjoy jumping into them.
Yeah.
You know, most people are not fucking. Most people are just looking at this thinking, "What a shit show." They're thinking, you know, the same that we did. We're an idiot for.
But I sometimes look at like reviews and or like not look at reviews, look at comments, and I think, oh, this guy's actually getting all of these comments. I just hope he doesn't look at Twitter because it's just like they would be happy for him. Someone's like, "Oh, I hope you enjoy your job in construction," and someone's like, "Oh, I work in construction. They wouldn't hire him." I was like, "What? You just don't want him to ever work because he maybe because he doesn't have any like any qualifications in
you know, these are just
construction."
random people on Twitter. You need, you know, stay out of the cesspit, innit?
But these people, these are human beings. Cunts. So many. They lack the depth and warmth. I mean, yeah.
Like, so it's probably, you know, probably more key is looking at the actual video game media reaction, and obviously it's been kind of outrage and condemnation. But one of the interesting kind of little folds to it is that so Colin Moriarty reached out to the guy, and he'd already stated his position. Like, you know, Colin comes from IGN, serious journalist, serious writer. He'd already stated he thought he's fucking disgusting what was done, how much, you know, how bad plagiarism is and just how bad lazy people are in general. So, you know, he'd been pretty clear and on the record about how he felt with this guy. But he did reach out and said, if you want to come on my show, you know, we can talk it through. The fucking reaction that he got from all
I agree with Colin this time. Daniel Dwyer, I mean, he's not a fan of Colin, I get it.
He's becoming insufferable, that guy. I've got to be honest.
I like him, but this time I think he was off. As a lot of people in the comments said, even the guy from Kotaku, what's his name? Jason's. Yeah, he said, he was like, no, like as a journalist, you take both sides, even if it's a side you don't agree with. You know, you still need to reach out to them and speak to them.
Who doesn't want to fucking sit down with that guy? And
I want to listen to it. I'd listen to that insufferable Colin guy.
Interesting. Yeah. Like I said, he used to be massive in IGN. He was such a big part of that, and that sit down interview would be so interesting just to see kind of just to see what that guy has to say outside of a really scripted psychopathic YouTube video. Get somebody with a bit of balls to actually kind of, you know.
I've seen Andre's videos start with a sigh before.
Yeah.
Andre's video starts with the video going.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Leave my family alone.
But I think Jason Schreier is probably that's who should get it, just because like he just the fact that he's done some kind of post work in terms of finding other pieces which seem to be plagiarized, and the fact that the guy called him out in the video and said you can keep on looking for stuff, but you won't find it. And then Jason found it. Yeah.
Yeah, did you find a FIFA review was copied or something?
Like, fuck. So I think that would be the really interesting.
As somebody who who spends like 6 to 8 hours writing reviews sometimes when I want to, and I get zero money and probably like 3 people in the entire world read it. How can you?
My mother.
Exactly. Like nobody reads the reviews. I just write it because I enjoy it. But he's obviously didn't. Yeah. What a dick. But still, you don't need to send death threats.
Yeah, at the
Or
end
wish
of the day,
the guy never has a job. I mean, it'd be great if he got a job in a work for a smaller thing. Try and claw your reputation back.
Just
You
work
can
for
start from the bottom
construction.
again.
Just do construction.
Yeah,
he's got a big following on YouTube. I think.
yeah.
and
Go back to
considering-
YouTube.
Like that initial video was him. That's him understanding the kind of YouTube ecosystem and how to land on your feet after something like this. And it's not by saying sorry, because if you say sorry, everybody then is like, okay, yeah, it's we can only take one side because he's even in that he's wrong. He needs to double down on it, and then maybe 30% of his fandom will. If you look at the comments, there's a lot of people in there saying we'll support you, we believe you, and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna sub to him.
He had something like 60,000 followers or something. So,
Mhm.
I'm sure he'll be okay. He'll find his little niche somewhere. But he doesn't need to die or anything.
Take a knock, then build up from the bottom again.
I think losing that job and he'll never get a job like that again because what he did was so fucking heinous. And for me, that's punishment enough.
Yeah.
I think I don't need to see anything else. He's lost his job. And rightly, I would say. I never like to see somebody lose their job, but how could you not when it's something like that? That's so key. That was his job, and he wasn't doing that job, and he lied about that, so he had to go. As simple as that, really.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, Andre, what do you think? What's that video you posted? Did you make a video
I made a video.
exploit it?
Yeah, I made it. Oh, I made a video to exploit it, my friend. I made a video where I pretend to be him writing the review, and it's very funny. Everybody should check it out after this because it's kind of fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But
Nearly 4 minutes long.
I enjoyed it. I wrote it like the hour after this entire thing came out, and I released it the hour after IGN posted their response to it. So I thought I was pretty timely. Even though I'm not getting many views on it, I thought it's a funny video.
Somebody says, "Do I see you using a Mac?" in the comments.
Yeah. Somebody commented ASMR. They wanted me to do it. Like, fuck
Oh
you,
no,
man.
they said ASSMR. I don't know what that is. Is that farting down the mic or something?
ASMR.
And then somebody said, "You're incorrectly grammatically spelt funny. Do you really play those dumb video games?"
Yes.
Yes, he does.
Yes, I do.
Hey,
Yeah.
is that Dead Cells? Oh, it was Dead Cells that you were parodying. Okay, cool. I will watch that later.
Motherfucker, watch it later. I posted it on our WhatsApp and nobody commented. I was like, motherfuckers, don't support me.
Wait for it. Yeah, I never click on a YouTube link if I can't see the preview of it. I don't know what it's gonna be. You got to wait a second for it to appear.
Yeah. Check out meatspin.com for my other videos, everybody.
Yeah.
Woo! That was me.
All right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is all. And that was a good podcast. I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10.
It's 6.5.
Yeah. John?
If I quickly see if any good games are out this week or next. Before we go.
It's all about Destiny Forsaken at the beginning of September now.
Man. I love the fact that last time you were talking about potentially having to put Division 2 on hold because you just still be playing Destiny.
Oh,
and
yeah.
2 weeks later, you hate it.
I don't hate it. I played about 50 hours of Destiny. In fact, on PC, you guess how much?
You hate it.
No, I'll be playing again tomorrow.
It's funny. Last time I was on this podcast, I was defending Destiny. I was like, guys, Destiny's all right. It does what it needs to do, and there's no problem. And you guys were like, so against me.
Guess how long I've played on Destiny 2 just on PC. So I played like 100 hours on. Sorry.
150 hours.
150. Okay, Jordan.
I reckon it's more because you just haven't fucking stopped playing it in the last 3 weeks. So 360.
Oh god, no, it's not that. I don't know. It won't load now. God, typical. Always loads. Yeah, it's something like. Oh, here we go. On PC, it's 207. But 77 on PS4. So I'm gonna have to get better.
So games in the next 2 weeks, we've got, like I said, keep an eye on the Death's Gambit game. That's out on the 14th. See if that's any good. Got the first episode of the final season of Walking Dead coming out this week as well. World of Warcraft Battle of Azeroth. Is that like a full-on?
Oh god, that's what everyone's banging on about. Yeah.
Yeah, if you had a lot of WoW conversations, that must be why then. So there's a big.
Everyone's playing it now.
Week after that, we got Guacamelee 2. That should be good.
Really?
Yeah, did you play the first one?
No. I got
Pretty
it
good.
free on PS
Recommend
Plus.
You'd love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shenmue 1 and 2 remasters coming out on the 21st.
No, I'm alright.
That's about
When's
it.
Mario Party out?
I don't know. Dragon Quest is out in September, the start of September.
I thought Super Mario Party was out before I went to Norway.
Hmm.
No, October the 5th. Oh, what a pile of poop. And it's not online as well.
That's the same day as Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so I definitely will not be playing Super Mario fucking Party.
Super Mario fucking Party. That sounds great parody. Yeah. Different position on every square. Love it. Yeah. Can you feel my mushroom?
Ooh.
Feel my toad?
Okay, Jesus Christ. Fucking now I know why I don't come to this podcast.
All right. Well, we're gonna head off now. I'm gonna stop my stream for a little bit and then go and get something to eat and play with the dog. It's not a euphemism. And
Hey, I'm gonna play with my dog too.
Fuck the dog. Fuck the dog.
oh no!
the dog.
Fuck
Oh,
that
listen
dog.
to him,
on
Matty.
stream. On
Oh.
stream.
Do it. Rape the
Children,
dog.
children. Right,
Yeah.
and
Oh, dogs.
then I'm gonna play some Monster Hunter World later because that's a cool game. All right, so stick on the. Well, if you can find me on Twitch, I'm twitch.tv/BiggusBennus. Andre, how do we find you?
Find me at I'ma Make Movies and click on that link that I just posted to the to my video.
And click the
Comment
bell.
on it. Yeah, and click that bell and subscribe button and like button and blah, 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 blah. But really, do all that shit because I need more subscribers. I'm about to hit 3,300 or something. I don't know.
Oh, nice. And Jordan, how do we find you?
It's meaningless.
Sorry?
How do we find you?
In your mother.
Oh, should have seen that. Oh,
Talk about an insult game. Let's
yeah.
go.
Oh, I want to get that game now.
Fuck the dog.
I might play. I might get that game and put it as a quick. I might make a quick look of it. Maybe like make it off stream or something and upload it to my
The fuck the
YouTube.
dog game?
No, they won't. Insulting
Fuck the dog
people.
game.
I'm not. I'm gonna buy it now. Oh, sir, the insult simulator for €1.99. There we go.
Support
No.
shitty video game makers.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. Next week, hopefully, will be Twitch Play if I manage to get the people in. People keep quitting and keep like saying, "Hey, I can't make it" the day before, and then I'm like, "Well, I'm not just doing it with two people."
man.
So
Fucking
these
subtweeting
Twitch people.
Yeah,
it- yeah.
fucking Twitch people suck.
yeah, some YouTubers, they're the professionals. All right.
Yeah.
Catch you all later. Bye bye.
And I'm the
Goodbye.
new leader of the Nintendo voice chat.
Oh.
IGN. I plagiarize all the time.